The scream hits before the gunshot. Someone shoves past me, silk and panic and rain. I turn just as the sound cracks the night. Sharp. Final. Too close. I grab her. She crashes into my chest, breath gone, silver dress cold under my palms. The crowd erupts behind us. Glass shatters. Music dies mid-note. Down, I say. She does not move. She is shaking too hard. I wrap an arm around her waist and pull. My shoulder slams into a service door. It gives. We stumble into darkness and concrete and the smell of cleaning chemicals. Another scream outside. Her nails dig into my wrist. Please, she whispers. Please do not let him find me. I lock the door and lean my weight into it. My heart is loud. My earpiece is dead. Of course it is. I look at her face for the first time. Wide eyes. Mascara smudged. Perfect hair ruined by rain. She looks expensive and terrified and completely alone. What is your name? I ask. She opens her mouth. Closes it. Footsteps thunder past the door. I was told to protect you, I say. Only you. Not your husband. Not anyone else. You need to talk to me. Her breath stutters. She presses her forehead into my chest like she cannot stay upright on her own. He said this day would come, she says. Who? I ask. My husband. The words feel wrong. Too calm. Too rehearsed. Where is he now? I ask. She laughs once. It breaks halfway out. He is never where the danger is. A phone buzzes between us. The sound is loud in the narrow corridor. She freezes. Slowly, she pulls it from her clutch. The screen lights her face blue. Blocked number. One line of text. Don't trust him. Her fingers shake so badly I have to steady her hand. The moment feels too intimate. Skin on skin. Her pulse is racing under my thumb. You did not send that, I say. She shakes her head. No. Did your husband? No. Her eyes lift to mine. There is something sharp in them now. Fear, yes. But also expectation. You believe it, she says. I believe you are in danger, I say. And I believe someone paid me to stand between you and it. She swallows. They paid you to keep me alive, she says. Or to keep me quiet. I do not answer. Because I do not know yet. A voice booms through the hallway outside. Confident. Calm. Marin. She flinches so hard she slams into me. That is him, she whispers. I put my hand over her mouth without thinking. Her breath is hot against my palm. Her eyes lock on mine. I shake my head once. Do not answer. The voice moves farther away. Giving orders. Controlling the chaos. I lower my hand. She does not step back. You came back for me, she says quietly. I was hired an hour ago, I say. I do not even know you. You grabbed me anyway. Our eyes hold. Something electric hums in the silence. Too much for strangers. Too fast. Another sound cuts through it. A second gunshot. Closer. Right outside the door. Step away from my wife. Victor Hale's voice cuts through the chaos like it owns the room. I turn. He stands dry under the awning while everyone else is soaked. Perfect suit. Calm eyes. Not a hair out of place. Marin's fingers tighten in my sleeve. I am her security, I say. I hired you, he replies. So you work for me. His gaze flicks to her. Marin does not look back. Inside, he says. Now. The drive to the estate is silent except for rain on glass. Marin sits beside me in the back. Victor sits across, scrolling his phone like nothing happened. You were late, I say. Victor smiles. I was delayed. Someone fired a weapon, I say. At a public event. I am aware. Marin shifts closer to me. Her knee brushes mine. She does not pull away. At the house, Victor finally looks at me fully. These are the rules, he says. She does not leave the property alone. You are with her at all times. No private calls. No unmonitored messages. You do not ask questions. You do not improvise. And if she asks me something, I say. Redirect her, he says. She gets anxious. Marin laughs softly. It sounds wrong. I am not anxious, she says. Victor does not look at her. You are tired, he says. That is all. A housekeeper appears. Victor hands her the phone Marin is holding. Get her a new one, he says. No saved contacts. Marin's breath catches. I need that, she says. You need rest, he replies. Her hand finds my sleeve again. A silent question. A test. I do nothing. Not yet. Victor turns to me and slips a thick envelope into my jacket pocket. For tonight, he says. And for discretion. I do not take it out. Later, the house settles into a heavy quiet. I stand outside Marin's bedroom. Soft light leaks under the door. I can hear her breathing. Then a sound. A small one. Broken. Are you awake? She asks through the door. Yes, I say. If I open this door, she says, will you step back? I will stay where you are safest, I say. The lock clicks. The door opens just enough for her face. Her eyes are red. Do you believe him? She asks. I believe you were afraid, I say. That is not an answer. She studies me like she is memorizing my face. If someone paid you to lie, she says, how long could you live with it? The question lands hard. I do not lie for free, I say. And if the price was high? Then it depends what the lie costs. She nods like she expected that. He thinks I do not notice things, she says. But I do. What do you notice? I ask. That he never bleeds, she says. No matter how close the danger gets. Her door opens a little wider. Close enough for me to smell her shampoo. Clean. Familiar already. Will you stay? She asks. I am not going anywhere, I say. The door closes gently. Minutes pass. Then I hear it. Crying. Muffled. Desperate. Footsteps echo down the hall. Slow. Certain. Victor. And he is heading straight for her door. Stay, Marin says. We are halfway down the hall. Sunlight spills through tall windows. The house feels too open. Too quiet. I am right here, I say. Closer, she says. I step into her space. She exhales like she has been holding her breath all morning. Mirrors make me jump, she says. Do not ask why. I will not. She stops in front of one anyway. Her eyes flick up, then away. Her reflection shakes before she does. Locked doors, she adds. I hate the sound. A door closes somewhere in the house. She flinches and grabs my wrist. Sorry, she says. I know this looks stupid. It looks like fear, I say. Her fingers loosen. Not all the way. In the garden, the air smells like wet leaves and roses. She sits on the edge of the stone bench. I stay standing. She reaches out and hooks 2 fingers in my sleeve. Do not go far, she says. I am not going far. She looks up at me. Sunlight catches in her eyes. I did not marry Victor for love, she says. I wait. I married him because I needed protection, she says. From someone who was already watching me. Who? I ask. She smiles without humor. That is the part one I'm still figuring out. She twists the ring on her finger. The movement is nervous. Repetitive. He promised me safety, she says. Walls. Guards. Silence. And did he deliver? She looks at the house. The cameras. The height of the gates. Yes, she says. And no. Her hand slides down my arm. Stops at my wrist. She does not pull away. Sometimes, she says, the only time I feel safe is when you are near. I should step back. I do not. That is not how this works, I say. I know, she says. That is why I am scared. Footsteps approach. Victor's voice floats through the garden doors. Marin stiffens. Do not look at him, she whispers. I have to, I say. No, she says. Just stay. Victor appears, smiling, phone in hand. There you are, he says. I was looking for you. Marin does not answer. Victor's eyes flick to our hands. He says nothing. He never does. That night, I walk the east wing. Victor's study door is open. Light spills onto the carpet. I stop. Inside, Victor stands over a metal bin. Papers curl and blacken as they burn. Photos. Documents. Names I recognize and wish I did not. He turns slowly. You are observant, he says. You told me not to ask questions, I say. And you did not, he replies. Good. What are you destroying, I ask. He smiles. Calm. Polite. Old mistakes, he says. Some histories deserve to stay dead. The fire pops. Ash floats into the air. Is Marin part of that history, I ask. Victor steps closer. My wife is my present, he says. And my future. You would do well to remember that. He closes the bin. The smell of smoke follows me down the hall. At 2 a.m., my phone vibrates. One word. Help. Open the door, I say. It is locked, Murrin whispers. He locks it when he is angry. I test the handle anyway. Nothing. Her room smells like cold air and fear. What happened? I ask. He was here, she says. He did not touch me. That is worse. Look at me, I say. She does. Her eyes are clear. Too clear. He knows, she says. I can feel it. Grab a coat, I say. Where are we going? Somewhere he told you never to go. Her breath catches. The basement. We move fast. Bare feet on stairs. The house hums like it is awake now. Cameras blink red. I count them without thinking. The basement door is steel. Keypad. I pull tools from my pocket. You have done this before, she says. Yes, I say. For him. Yes. The lock clicks. The door opens. The room glows blue. Screens everywhere. Live feeds. The front gate. The garden. Her bedroom. She turns away from that one. What is this? She asks. Control, I say. She walks past a desk covered in folders. Names. Accounts. Places that do not belong on one man's ledger. Then she stops. Is that you? She asks. I look up. A wall of photos stares back. Surveillance shots. Airports. Parking lots. A younger man stepping out of a building I have not thought about in years. Me. My stomach drops. He knew you, she says. He knew of me, I say. You did not tell me this part. I did not think it mattered. She laughs softly. It shakes. He did not hire a bodyguard, she says. He hired a message. Her hand presses to her mouth. What else did he not tell me? She asks. I feel her eyes on me. Waiting. Trust on the edge of a blade. I choose the lie that keeps her standing. He did not tell you everything, I say. But he did not plan this. You are sure? Yes. She nods. Slowly. Accepting it because she wants to. An alarm chirps once. Then louder. Red lights bloom across the ceiling. What did you do? She asks. I did nothing, I say. The door slams shut behind us. Steel on steel. Final. She runs to it. Pushes. Nothing. This room knows we are here, she says. Yes. Did he know we would come? Yes. The speakers crackle. Static. Then his voice. Calm. Measured. I hoped it would not come to this, Victor says. Murrin turns to me. Her face is pale. Her hand finds mine. You lied, she says quietly. About what? I ask. About how dangerous you are. The screens change. The feed shows us. Trapped. Small. Victor's voice fills the room. You were never meant to protect her, he says. You were meant to decide what to do with her. Murrin squeezes my hand. Is that true? She asks. The lights cut out. And I have no more lies left. You know who trained him. Victor's voice fills the basement like smoke. Murrin's hand tightens in mine. What does he mean? I do not answer. Victor appears on a screen. Calm. Framed perfectly. I paid for his unit, Victor says. Years ago. Off the books. Best money I ever spent. Murrin turns to me. Is that true? Yes, I say. Her breath catches. And then what? I shut it down, Victor says. When it became inconvenient. Inconvenient how? Murrin asks. Too many questions, Victor replies. Too much conscience. Murrin lets go of my hand. People died, she says. Victor smiles. People disappear every day. She steps back like she has been slapped. This is what you built, she says. Blackmail. Bodies. Fear. And protection, Victor says. I gave you protection. You gave me a cage. The screen goes dark. The door unlocks with a dull click. We do not speak as we walk back upstairs. The house feels colder. Sharper. In her room, Murrin finally turns to me. How much of this did you know? She asks. Enough, I say. Not everything. Did he hire you to watch me, she asks, or to deliver me? The question hangs between us. I was hired to keep you alive, I say. She studies my face. Searching for cracks. And if he tells you to stop? I will not, I say. Her shoulders sag. Anger gives way to exhaustion. I married a monster, she says. You married a man who hid his teeth, I say. She looks at the bed. The walls. The cameras she now knows are there. I cannot leave, she says. He owns everything. My name. My past. You still own your choices, I say. She laughs softly. Do I? Silence fills the room. Heavy. Intimate. Thank you, she says suddenly. For what? For staying, she says. Most people leave when they see the truth. I hesitate. Then I take her hand. Just to steady her. Her fingers curl around mine. She does not let go. I do not feel alone, she says. Good, I say. You are not. Her thumb brushes my knuckle. Slow. Unintentional. Or maybe not. The air tightens. I am aware of everything. Her breath. The warmth of her skin. The line I should not cross. She looks up at me. Close enough that I can see the question in her eyes. This is dangerous, she says. Yes, I reply. She nods and gently pulls her hand away. Go, she says. Before I forget why. I leave before I do. In the hall, my burner phone vibrates. One message. We know you are with her. My pulse spikes. I look back at her door. The house is quiet. Too quiet. Do not turn around. The voice comes from behind me in the garage. Low. Familiar. I buried you, I say. Everyone did, he replies. That was the point. I turn anyway. He looks older. Scar along his jaw. Eyes that never stopped counting exits. You are supposed to be dead, I say. So are you, he says. If you keep standing where Victor can see you. What do you want, I ask. To warn you, he says. He is done with her. My chest tightens. Explain. She was leverage, he says. A shield. A story. Now she is noise. Victor would not kill his own wife, I say. He snorts. He will erase her. Then mourn beautifully. A car door slams upstairs. You have minutes, he says. When she is no longer useful, he will make it clean. He steps back into the shadows. Pick a side, he says. This time. He is gone before I can respond. I find Marin in the sitting room. She is pacing. Her phone is gone again. You look like you saw a ghost, she says. I did, I reply. She stops. Say it. I was part of the system that built Victor, I say. Before you. Before the money got loud. She studies my face. Waiting for the rest. I did jobs, I say. Illegal ones. I thought I was protecting people who mattered. And then, she asks. And then I realized who paid us, I say. And what it cost. She absorbs this quietly. No anger. No tears. You were trained to hurt people, she says. Yes. And now you are here, she says. Protecting me. Yes. She steps closer. Close enough that I can feel the heat of her skin. If it comes down to it, she asks, whose side are you on? The question lands heavy. Final. Before I can answer, Victor's voice fills the room. Pack a bag, he says. We leave tonight. Marin stiffens. Leave where? Overseas, he says. Effective immediately. That was not discussed, she says. You do not need to discuss, he replies. You need to comply. She looks at me. Just once. Long enough to say everything. Victor watches the exchange with interest. Your guard will join us, he says. I insist. Later, as staff move through the house, Marin brushes past me in the hall. Her hand presses briefly to my jacket. Something slips into my pocket. Do not look, she whispers. I will not, I say. She keeps walking. Perfect posture. Perfect mask. I wait until I am alone. The note is folded small. Careful. 4 words. Don't let him take me. The house hums around me. Engines warming. Plans locking into place. I fold the note and feel the weight of my answer settle in my chest. And I know. Whatever comes next, there is no going back. Now, I say. Marin does not ask where. She kicks off her heels and runs. Rain slaps my face as I force the lock on the car. My hands move on instinct. The engine coughs, then roars. She slides in, breathless. This is theft. This is survival, I say. Headlights flare behind us as we tear down the drive. The gates rise too slow. I push harder. We burst through just as they slam shut. Marin laughs once. Wild. Free. I forgot how air feels, she says. You are doing great, I tell her. I am terrified, she replies. But I am breathing. We ditch the phones miles later. I smash mine under my boot. She hesitates, then does the same. That was my last tie, she says. Good, I say. Keep it that way. The motel smells like bleach and old carpet. Neon buzzes outside the window. She stares at herself in the mirror, wearing borrowed clothes, hair loose, no jewelry. I look like someone else, she says. You look like you, I reply. She turns. Our eyes meet. The room feels small. Charged. Sit, I say. She does. On the edge of the bed. Hands folded. Waiting. Tell me what to do, she says. I crouch in front of her. Nothing. Just stay here. Her knee touches my shoulder. Neither of us moves it away. You could leave, she says. You still can. I am not leaving, I say. She leans forward. Close enough that I feel her breath. This is reckless, she whispers. Yes, I say. She lifts her hand. Stops inches from my face. For a second, the world narrows to that space. Then headlights sweep across the curtains. I stand instantly. Down. She obeys. No questions. A car rolls into the lot. Then another. That is fast, she says. Too fast, I reply. She grips my arm. Is it him? I peer through the crack in the curtain. No, I say. Her eyes search mine. That is worse, right? Yes. Doors open outside. Men step out. Their movements are wrong. Too clean. Too quiet. I know them, I whisper. From where? She asks. My past, I say. She swallows. Are they here for me? They are here for both of us, I say. She reaches for my hand. Squeezes. You chose, she says. Yes, I reply. The motel door rattles as someone checks the handle next door. Marin presses close to me. Her head against my chest. Steady. Brave. If we survive this, she says softly, do not disappear. I will not, I say. Footsteps stop outside our door. A knock. Slow. Deliberate. I recognize the voice through the wood. And I know Victor is no longer the most dangerous man hunting us tonight. Open the door, the voice says. We are not here to hurt you. I laugh once. Quiet. You always say that. Silence. Then footsteps retreat. Marin is shaking. Not crying. Listening. They know your name, she says. They said it like it belongs to them. It used to, I reply. We wait until the engines fade. The room smells like rain and fear. Tell me, she says. All of it. Now. I sit on the edge of the bed. You were never just his wife. Her eyes sharpen. I know. You were a witness, I say. Against his network. Years ago. She exhales slowly. The case collapsed. Because he buried it, I say. By marrying you. She nods. He called it protection. A cage, I say. He owned the evidence, she says. Every copy. Every name. Including mine. A phone buzzes. Not ours. She looks toward the bathroom door. That is not yours. It is not, I say. She moves quietly. Presses her ear to the door. I should stop her. I do not. A voice leaks through the thin wall. Familiar. Trusted once. Deliver her, the voice says. That was the contract. My chest locks. Alive, another voice replies. At first. Marin steps back like she has been struck. I push the door open. Too late. She is already looking at me. You knew, she says. No, I say. Not like that. You were hired to hand me over, she says. I was hired to keep you breathing, I say. That changed. When? She asks. When I met you, I say. Her laugh is soft. Devastated. So I traded one cage for another, she says. No, I say. You chose me. I did not know the truth, she says. I was going to tell you, I say. When? She asks. After I trusted you. After I loved you. The word hangs between us. Dangerous. Honest. I never touched you, I say. I never crossed the line. You crossed it the moment you stayed, she says. I reach for her. She steps back. Do not, she says. Please. I am on your side, I say. You are on your side, she replies. Dawn creeps through the curtains. Pale. Cold. I cannot stay, she says. Everyone wants me owned. Or silent. Let me help you, I say. You already did, she says. Now you need to let me go. She slips the ring from her finger. Places it on the nightstand. I was never his, she says. And I cannot be yours. Marin, I say. She kisses my cheek. Brief. Final. Thank you for choosing me, she whispers. Even if it was late. When I wake, the room is empty. The bed is cold. The ring catches the morning light. And Marin is gone. Where is she? Victor asks. He sits across from me like this is a meeting he scheduled. Coffee untouched. Smile polite. I do not know, I say. He slides a folder toward me. Photos. Dates. Names I thought were buried. Bring Marin back, he says. And this disappears. You always say that, I reply. It always works, he says. I stand. Not today. His smile thins. You are emotional. I am done, I say. Outside, rain drums the glass. I leave the folder on the table. I burn every bridge I have left. Calls. Dead drops. Files pushed to places Victor cannot reach. Names that scream when sunlight hits them. My phone rings once. Unknown. Square. Noon, a woman says. She will speak. The square is crowded. Cameras everywhere. Marin stands at the steps, hair loose, voice steady. No ring. They silenced me by marrying me, she says. They owned the evidence. They owned me. Not anymore. Murmurs ripple. Flashbulbs pop. Victor pushes through security. Calm. Furious. Marin, he says. Come home. She looks at him. Then at me. No, she says. He turns to me. Last chance. I shake my head. Sirens rise. People shout. A man stumbles. A shot cracks the air. I move without thinking. I step in front of her. My arms wrap tight. Her face presses to my chest. Stay down, I say. Another shot. Glass explodes behind us. She grips my jacket. You chose, she says. Yes, I reply. Security surges. Chaos blooms. Victor backs away, eyes locked on us. This ends now, he says. He draws the gun. No hesitation. No mask. I feel Marin's breath hitch. Look at me, I tell her. She does. Victor raises the weapon. I shift my body. Wider. Closer. The world narrows to the space between his finger and the trigger. And then he pulls it. The courtroom is packed. Cameras flash like summer lightning. Victor sits at the defendant's table, perfect suit ruined by exposure. His calm is gone. Only sharp edges remain. Marin sits beside me. No guards. No cameras trained on her. Just her. Hair loose. Eyes bright. Breathing steady. Finally free. He is finished, I whisper. She nods. No more cages. No more lies. I glance at her hand. She is not hiding anything. The ring is gone. She does not need it. Neither of us does. Outside, reporters swarm. Flashbulbs catch her face, calm in the storm. She turns to me. You stayed, she says. I never left, I reply. Her smile is small, almost shy. She reaches out and touches my arm. Light. Gentle. I do not need a guard, she says. Do you want to stay? I hesitate. The past months have been a war of secrets, fear, and survival. Now all of that is gone. But standing here, watching her walk freely, I know the truth matters more than safety. I want to stay, I say. Not as your guard. As me. Her eyes shine. Relief. Something warmer. Something honest. We walk through the plaza. People everywhere, shouting, cameras clicking, but she holds my hand without flinching. She does not pull away. Will you really stay? She asks softly. Even if it is nothing official? Even if it is everything, I reply. The wind tugs at her hair. I tuck a strand behind her ear. She shivers. Not from cold. From something deeper. I do not know what comes next, she says. But I want to see it. With you. We choose it together, I say. No lies. No cages. No one else controlling us. She leans against me for just a second. Warmth and trust tangled in the quiet. I feel the weight of months of fear slip off both of us. A car honks nearby. The chaos of the city rushes in, but inside this bubble, it is calm. Peaceful. Tentative, but ours. I never thought freedom could feel like this, she whispers. It always could, I say. We just had to survive long enough to reach it. Her hand squeezes mine. Firm. Certain. I am ready to take that risk, she says. I smile. So am I. The sun breaks through clouds. Light hits her face. She laughs softly, bright, unguarded. For the first time, I can see the future. Not perfect. Not safe. But ours. Honest. Chosen. And as we walk into it, hand in hand, I know something I have never known before. Loving her is not just a risk. It is the bravest thing I will ever do. The danger is over. But her heart remains the challenge I want to face every day.